Welcome to the Retro Musketeers. It is I, your host, Congar. And with me today we have...
The Kevlar Bears. What's up, everybody? We're back playing a little bit of FireWatch. We're here, part 14. We're rocking and rolling. We found a couple keys. We found a couple bags. We're ready to go into this cave. So let me ask you people something. Let me just get this off my chest. All right? I have a favor to ask each and every one of you. I want you to go down to the comment section, and I want you to write, New England rocks, because it does.
Why does New England rock?
Well, one, I'm from there, and any place that can allow a guy such as myself to be from it has got to be fantastic. But also, they have some of the best sports teams ever. And I'm not even a big sports guy, but you know what? I'll always throw my hat in, my Lucky Gaming hat, which is actually a Boston Red Sox hat that I bought in Boston on a trip 2 years ago.
Oh.
Was it 2 years ago? 2015? Yeah, 2 years
yeah.
ago. No, it was last year. Because I cut my hair. Yeah, remember it was dyed that sickish green color.
Oh, that's right.
Like dead grass green. And then I cut it off when I went back home to go visit my grandmother. So this hat's like a year and a half old. Anyway, Boston Red Sox, New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and what's the fourth team? Boston Celtics. What's wrong with me? Rocking and rolling.
I'm, It's been a month.
It has been a month since we recorded this game.
I think... Yeah, exactly a month. No, a month and like 2 days.
It doesn't really matter.
So a little lost on what I need to be doing.
Well, you are going to go open the cave.
That's what it is. That's right. Open the cave. Am I going the right way?
You are not going the right way at all.
I am not going the right way at all.
That cave is the one that's behind your, behind the tower. Nice throw, Henry.
Henry!
So we're back into it.
Alright, so how do I pull up the map again?
Press up on the D-pad. There it is. Okay, so zoom in. You're the little red blinking dot over there by Cache. And you need to go back down behind Two Forks Lookout and drop into the cave.
Where's that at?
Here, let me get up. Up. You're going to come back around here. Behind the tower, drop down that switchback, and you're going to go into the cave right there, 452.
Could I not just continue down this path and...
You can, but it's a colossal pain in the ass.
Gotcha.
Take it from the guy who sunk too much of his life into this game. We recently did a live stream, actually, of FireWatch. I know that you were actually unable to join me on that day. You were working.
I believe I called in on it, didn't I?
No, you did not comment at all. Unless
Call in. Is that not the one you did when I was on the phone?
I think that was the Fallout one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was definitely Fallout. And that was done last night at the time of this recording. But yeah, so we had a nice little Q&A deal. We met a lot of really cool people. And something that I want to throw out there, 100 subs for us, dude.
100 subs! 100 subs!
Like, that's 100 different people that we get to impact every day.
Interact with.
Interact, impact in some small way. Doesn't really matter. And we are grateful for that chance.
Hell yeah!
We really are. You know, we started the Retro Musketeers, and I kind of, I think it was in the FireWatch one where I went over it, but I know that stream is like an hour and 20 minutes long. I had to kind of cut it short. I was supposed to go have dinner with my girlfriend, and I was running late because of video games. Story of my life. So, kind of the origin story of the Musketeers. When we started out, we started playing it, what, in July of last year?
Yeah, I think so.
And we were buying all these retro games, and I was getting back into collecting and having a good time with it all. And
I believe.
I didn't go that year. And I was buying up some Sega Genesis games and some N64 games that I kind of remembered from my childhood. And you know, we'd always kind of kicked around the idea. We had a couple YouTube projects in the past.
They were kind of funny. They're really cheesy now.
They were. Looking back, those are so bad.
They're really bad, but I watched one not too long ago once I found it on my laptop, and I was like, oh man, these are awful but funny.
They are horrible. But you know, you got to start small. But so we had a couple ventures on YouTube. We were like, yeah, well, you know, we'll kind of get into it. Oh, is she talking?
She is.
Do you want to turn on subtitles so I can see what's going on?
How do I?
It'll pop up on this next one once you reply.
course I didn't.
Oh, okay. So,
They're
somebody
trying to
called
pit
in
us
pretending to
against
be
each other.
Henry and said that Delilah knows how the fire in Wapiti Station got
That's not gonna
started.
happen, though.
So I'll go ahead and I'll let us finish this conversation before I keep talking.
Oh, she's done talking about
All right, cool. Looks like we're done. So we kind of kicked it around. We're like, hey, you know, we should totally start a YouTube gaming channel. And we kind of joked about it. You know, hey, it'd be funny if we did. Blah blah blah. And it wasn't really until, so let's see, July was when we started talking about it. July,
August,
September. So it was in September where the end of September is where I started getting serious about it, and I was like, hey, let's look for a microphone and a capture card and all that jazz. So we went out, we bought a snowball mic. Well, no, sorry, we did not get the snowball mic, not the first time.
Yeah.
We just bought the Elgato, right? So we got the Elgato, and I brought it home, and I was like, we're totally gonna do this. What are we gonna name our channel? What are we gonna do? And we started out, originally I was just going to call us 3 guys and a couch. 3 guys, 1 couch.
3 guys, 1 couch.
3 guys,
right.
1 couch. You know, just kind of a play off of that horrible viral video that made its rounds back when we were a kid. So yeah, we were kind of like, well, yeah, there you go, 8 climb up. Well, we'll be 3 guys, 1 couch because Kyle was going to be over for every one of our recordings. I'll let you report
Delilah,
that.
someone locked me in the cave. Is this thing working? Delilah, send someone to the cave, please.
Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I didn't even check the volume levels. But
that sucks.
So we were gonna be 3 guys, 1 couch. Kyle was gonna be here for every one of our recording sessions, and it was gonna be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, Kyle was unable to make every recording session.
That's right.
But we were thinking maybe 2 guys, 1 couch, and then special guest Kyle and blah blah blah. And it was actually Michael in one fit of just kind of brainstorming one night. He was like, "Hey, let's call ourselves
the
Retro Musketeers.
Yeah.
We're just like the 3 Musketeers because there's 3 of us. You're Athos, Porthos, and Aramis." And then D'Artagnan, if we ever wanted, kind of like a guest to come on and all that jazz. So it was then we decided, okay, we're going to be the Retro Musketeers, and we're actually going to do this. We're going to bite the bullet, and we're going to make a YouTube gaming channel. So, excuse me. Yeah, so that was it. We hooked up the Elgato. I think our first ever video was Super Smash Brothers, right?
It was either that or Metroid Prime.
I think it was Smash Bros. Because that's when we found out that the microphone, because we were using the laptop microphone.
Oh, that's
and
right.
And it was a pile of shit.
That's because everybody was muffled.
Right, everybody was muffled, and you're not hearing properly.
All right. So sorry to cut you off in your story, but this cave right here reminds me of the old cave back in that old Boy Scout camp.
Anyway, keep telling your story. I'll just chop that bit out.
I'm confused on what you're chopping out, but cool. I'll talk about it after the credits, I guess. But yeah, there was a lot like this. There was portions you could stand up in, other portions like this that you could kind of see in there, and you couldn't really go in, and then parts you had to crawl through. Yeah. Sorry, I was just bringing back flashbacks.
Yeah, no problem. That's what this game is about, I've talked a lot about how this game reminds me of kind of our Boy Scout history. What the hell was I even talking about? Oh, right. So first video, Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers.
And we found out that the laptop microphone was just no good for what we were trying to do. It was just absolutely horrible. So we decided that we would go out and we'd spend money on a decent microphone. And that was when we went out. We bought the Snowball. And at that point, we started with Metroid Prime because Kyle couldn't come over that day. So we did Metroid Prime, and we did that first episode 5 or 6 times before we finally got everything working properly.
That's what it was.
It was
so many times we were like,
so rough,
dude.
And you know what's funny is we spent so much time on that first episode trying to make it, decent, and be like, let's kind of put our best foot forward and all this stuff. If you were to go back and listen to that right now, it sucks so bad.
It does.
We've come a long way. And that's not even just me patting ourselves on the
Nothing
back,
yet because someone tried to trap me in there.
because it really is.
No,
We've
someone
come a long
slammed
way.
the gate behind me and then ran
And
away.
it's only
I found
through
another way out,
constant
but if I
recording
hadn't,
and all that
Jesus.
jazz that we've even managed
So you
to
didn't
make
find
it that
anything?
far.
No, there's a spot where someone had sunk an anchor, but the hardware's gone now.
I don't have any climbing equipment.
I just have my ropes. I'm gonna hike back to Two Forks and see if I can find anything that could double as an anchor to use in the spot.
Well, that doesn't sound dangerous.
Guess we're gonna hike back to Two Forks.
Yeah, keep walking. So yeah, that's kind of like the origin story of the Musketeers. That's like our 100 subscriber special, where we kind of, explain to you what all happened, like how
we came to be.
Yeah.
How the legend started.
Well, we will one day be legends.
Ooh. Music
Delilah,
changed.
I just found an
I
outcropping
love
that someone
once
was using
again.
as a
I love the
little
soundtrack.
fort. I think it was Brian Goodwin.
Really?
Yeah, he built himself a real castle. Hey, remember that pack I found?
So
Back on your second day?
this is
Yeah.
Brian Goodwin's
I found
fort
a plan Brian
that
drew
he
about
kind
where
of
was
he
gonna
lived
be
out
built.
of.
I'm
And I'll
sure
go ahead
it
and I'll
was
talk
quite
while you
elaborate.
go ahead and look at
It's
these
some
things.
Wile E. Coyote stuff, I'll tell you that. much.
Hopefully, we remain a little bit louder than yourself and Delilah. You're just going to kind of talk about the things that you find. Remember when we used to build small forts like this at my parents' old place?
I do.
And there was that little grove of
Brian was
trees.
doing a
There was
science
like
fair project
7 or 8 of
bouncing
them.
radio
And
waves off of a
my
radio
dad would
show.
always get so pissed
left his
off
homework?
because we took all the wood,
He must have
all
been pretty
the
smart.
nails, and always left hammers
Sharper than
just
a lot of
strewn out in the
grown-up
lawn.
knuckleheads I'm used to, yeah.
So he'd hit him with a mower and.
What, you're saying I'm
Oh,
one
there
of
you go.
those
I thought you weren't gonna make
knuckleheads,
that. And he would just get super pissed off. But
now that I think about it,
yeah, good
Because I
times.
know lots
There's a lot of
Yeah.
good times where we took
please drown me in your
a lot of extra vines, if I remember right, like the extra cattails from your
Well, that wait's over, sweetheart.
Call
That
me
little,
sweetheart
the
again,
man-made
and
pond?
you'll use that big sexy brain of yours to fill out your unemployment paperwork.
Sorry,
Nice.
boss.
That's funny.
I found an old school film.
So
Brian
you
was a
you remember
hell
that
of a
little
doodler.
pond that was
It's
there
a
at the
little weird
back
that
of the
he'd just
property before you
leave
went
so
into the
much of
woods?
his stuff
Remember
out
that?
here.
Yeah.
So that, in case you never knew, was actually made by myself and 2 of my brothers, Kyle and Jacob, when we were digging for buried treasure, because we were so sure that a pirate
Brian liked to go out
had
and
lived at
wave
our
the
house
tower
before we
and
got
wave
there.
at the planes that dump water on fires.
That huge hole was like
I got a
one
call
day of
because
constant
someone thought a
digging,
kid was up in
because we were
Two
so
Forks.
sure that buried treasure was right there
And just
that
said it was
we
Ned.
just dug.
If I ratted him out, they would have been forced to leave, and I don't know. I guess I just felt
My
like I was
parents will
saving
never
him
hear
from
this, so I don't have to worry
shitty
about
life that was
about them
to.
finding out.
Gotcha.
Not that it ended up mattering.
I'm sure they know it was us. We might have even gotten in trouble for that.
You just can't remember it over all the beatings. Not to say that we got beat all the time.
See, yeah, no, you make it sound like my parents abused us. No.
The place is pretty comfy too.
Dear God.
No, sorry, not
Yeah,
that.
the expensive
It's a-
one are probably stolen pillows.
That little shit.
This is a neat little fort. And it reminds us, well,
He was in the middle
it
of
reminds
really
me
sprucing up the
of
joint
all
when
the
we left.
Dungeons and Dragons that we used to play.
All the time.
Dude, vehicle trips on the way to, campsites and all that jazz. And we'd play Dungeons and Dragons the whole trip.
The whole
Like,
trip.
that's what it was about.
Is there more banners?
I don't know.
GS.
No, CS. No, that might actually be GS.
5 degrees north. Comic book?
He
Yeah.
died out here to read comics. The Black
Has
Band,
the
his
coffee
grief is his enemy's
Been
sorrow.
done,
I think, yeah,
Everyone this guy loves gets.
I'll let you finish playing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll make that
Honors
because
them with a
I'm
black
thirsty.
armband, which gives him
so in the
superpowers.
past 30 days,
Let's
the bear has decided to take on a love for coffee.
Okay, well, first up, let me go ahead and rattle this off.
Rocks
I
stacked
have
up in
a
a wall
crippling
on the perimeter.
caffeine addiction. It's a real problem. I drink
yeah, that's
just a
perfect.
ton of
You know, maybe
soda
he
and
made
energy
it
drinks
because he was
and
afraid
whatever
of
it
now.
takes to just get that next rush
I think if Brian
of sugar
possibly going
and
through this
caffeine
crap
and all that
again,
jazz. And I know
I
it's
stick
super
to my
unhealthy
stomach.
for me,
Yeah.
which is why I did my best to
Sorry.
switch over to coffee. So like, from when I get off of work till I leave here to work, I have not drank soda in like the last, week and a half. Whenever I started like brewing coffee at the house.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely a step in the right direction. And you know, instead of drinking sodas and stuff all the time, I think
He also
that
stole his
coffee with a
dad's
little bit of
cleaning
cream and
equipment.
sugar is going to be
His
far
anchors.
healthier for me. So that's
That's
why I drink
convenient.
it.
Yeah, it is. I think he was going to hide them in a cash box
Now-
or something and never got around to it. I mean, he left a note for a
let me
ranger to find
finish.
them and send them back to him in Nebraska.
Because he hated
Super
climbing.
hot.
Yeah, it sounds like
Super
Ned
hot.
was pushing him, and pretending to lose his anchors was the easiest way to put a stop to it.
Hi, my name is Brian Goodwin.
It worked.
If you found this note, it should be a bunch of climbing anchors, I
That is
hope.
the sort of thing that would have caused me to catch a beating growing up.
Could you do me a favor and return them to my address? If you tell me your name and address, I'll give you a reward for this. You're probably wondering why I left them here. Well, it's thanks to my dad, and I wanted him to lose them. But I don't want to do any more climbing on this trip, so I thought I should pretend to lose them.
No, sorry, let me
But
move.
but if you help me get them back, everyone will be happy. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Ranger Brian. P.S. The reward will be good.
So you can tell he's played plenty of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, sorry, Wizards and Wyverns.
Dungeons and Dragons.
The
There's some
nerdy
grade
document.
A
Let's
dork
check
contraband
his.
here.
Stats.
What does he
found
got?
his pocket protector?
I
So
found
Gladius
I
Silva,
guess
that's what GS
data
is
sheet
for. That's his
one.
character.
Gladius Silva, half elf,
Armor
7.
7.
Chaotic good. Okay, I can respect that. Half elf ranger. Yeah,
Level 4. Jeez.
typical. Yeah,
Spells.
dude,
16.
two-handed. That's a man that I appreciate.
Shielded leather.
Long swords, throwing daggers, battle axes, and short swords. Yes,
We're
I
gonna-
respect the hell out of this kid.
We're gonna keep that. Oh, anchors?
Yep.
Timing
Well,
anchors.
Pythons.
Pythons. It's a ham radio diagram.
There's a ham radio schematic here, something Brian was working on.
Now, I used to, I used to, there was a lot of us in the Boy Scout troop who used to do ham radio
Stuff like that.
deals.
What?
Yeah. Sometime after you left, we started doing ham radio operation, and we actually joined the emergency response team for
There's a
You know, the local
busted
county.
toy out here, some sort of electronic game.
Game Boy.
Yeah? I like
yeah,
Pong.
close enough.
Everybody likes Pong.
Everybody likes Pong.
Everything he loved out there.
Oh, I have to put it back. I can't keep it.
No.
There's also a postcard here from Brian to, I guess, his neighbor.
Dear Mr. Zicker, I'm with
What's it
Dad.
say?
If you press Y, it's a little bit easier to read.
I'm with Dad and Lander. It's pretty neat. Dad fished in a spot called Sinks Canyon. Most of Wyoming looks like home in Nebraska, but there are more mountains and woods before we go. I'm sorry I can't mow your lawn this summer, but I hope you can find a good person to do it instead. Can you write me back until my dad when school starts? I don't think he knows. Your friend and neighbor, Brian Goodwin.
Dad, and sorry
Nice.
he can't mow his lawn this summer.
What a good kid.
Oh, gosh.
And also, he was worried his dad didn't know when school
We're
started.
gonna keep that.
I'd say that's a lucky break if I were him.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Ned didn't really seem like a, with it dad.
Nope. That was
With
me.
it, Dad. All right, I think that's everything in the.
That's
pick this
everything in the deal, huh? Okay, well, now that we have our pythons, we're going to get to go into the cave and,
Oh, come on. You do it. Be free. Nope. Nope.
so we will certainly catch you guys in the next episode when we get to finish exploring the cave. It's going to be, be
gonna
great.
be-
We hope that you guys will join us
Working it
for
out.
it. Oh, hang on, back up.
It's automatic.
Teaching you a new game mechanic.
And all new.
There you go, crack rock. It's teaching you how to drive your python in. You got to get in front of it. There you go.
Huh.
So we hope to see you in the next episode, part 15. And Mike, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
Like, comment, subscribe. We're at 100 subs. Woo!
Yeah, so spread the word. Let's see if we can
Make it to 1,000. I feel like 1,000 would be a nice giveaway.
Jesus, 1,000?
If we make it to 1,000 subs, I'll chip in for a box video game. Some sort of box video game signed by both of us. What?
Okay, all right, sure.
I don't know what video game. Probably it's gonna be a retro game, of course.
What do you think is in there?
Oh, okay. We'll finish up this conversation, and then we will...
I don't know. What do you think?
We
That
gotta
seems
find
like
out.
pretty good.
What do you think?
Real nice
Whatever it is,
non-committal
you
answer.
don't
The
want me
ladies love
telling
that.
anyone about.
They closed the door when they could have just...
Bashed your head in with a rock or chopped you up with a
Are you serious
Chainsaw.
with this shit right now?
hatchet. God, are you sure you want to go back in there?
Yeah, especially now that I'm thinking about all the fun ways to be killed.
Sarcastic.
Sorry. Look, at least whoever locked you in doesn't know you've gotten out. Hopefully you find whatever they're hiding in there, and it'll be worth the risk.
So, I know we're coming up at the end. It seems like Delilah also doesn't want you to go back in there.
What do you mean?
She just said, "Are you sure you want to go back in there?"
Well, you were just in the cave. Look, people have been spying on you all summer. They've been tracking your radio communications. They've been keeping tabs, documents, reports on you. And then you finally found the key in a booby-trapped, set-up backpack. And then when you walked into the cave, the door was locked behind you.
The key was taken. We're assuming, right? Or is it
No,
keys to it?
you still have the key.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
you don't leave it in the lock. So I would be hesitant to send one of my best employees back in there as well. But enough rambling from us. Jiminy Christmas, a 22-minute long episode.
22 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
So we will
Been a
go
pleasure.
ahead and we will go ahead and bring you right to the start of the cave at the beginning of our next episode, part 15.
Part 15, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot.
Thanks for joining us, and with that, we leave you.
All for one and one for all. We'll catch you on the flip side.